I can keep the letters of impeachment from being published, and I can refute the ministers who are attacking you in court. But as for the Empress Dowager, I cannot blindly protect you. It will only land you in more dangerous territory. Since ancient times, the emperor's most favored officials will always have the biggest targets placed on their back. It never ends well. You should know this. I know. Regardless of what your majesty decides, I will accept it wholeheartedly and with no complaints. The Wei clan is currently at its peak, and there are some secrets behind them that I cannot reveal at the moment. But one day, I will resolve this completely. Before that happens, though, I'm afraid I must ask you to lie low for a while. Your word is my command. Whatever your majesty arranges, I shall comply. The governor of Shaanxi, Wei Quan, has petitioned a request. He claims the northern enemies have repeatedly invaded to plunder, causing a shortage of horses. Now there are barely any horses left to raise. He suggests we disband Shaanxi's Xingteipu Temple and dismiss some officials. Since Emperor Taizu implemented the horse administration, we have official and civilian horse wranglers. With Xingteipu temples established in various provinces to manage horses throughout the country. The National Treasury allocates a substantial amount for the maintenance of these horses every year, so how has the horse shortage gotten to this point? I, too, would like to ask him that. War horses are exceedingly important strategic assets for a country's army. Without horses, there can be no cavalry. The number of horses has been depleting day by day in recent years. Yet as the governor, Wei Quan refuses to solve this problem. Instead, he insists on dismissing the officials in charge. Does he want me to shell out a hefty sum of money to buy horses from the Tatars and Westerners and bolster our enemies' pockets? Your Majesty, are you presenting me with this document because you wish for me to head to Shaanxi? Lan Shi. I have sent Master Su away. Does your head hurt again, Your Majesty? Is it on the left or right side this time? Both. Shall I have someone fetch Healer Wang? No, I've merely been thinking over much. I shall feel better after some rest. Once Wang Chuanfu arrives, the day will just be filled with decoctions and acupunctures. They don't do much either. It's a waste of time. Your Majesty has ruled this nation for 15 years and has never once slacked off in court and meetings. Even at night, Your Majesty has to review memorials and work on state affairs. This country is truly blessed to have an emperor as brilliant as you. However, you should still take care of your imperial body. Work and play must be balanced, after all. Does this so-called play you mentioned involve sending drunken officials into my chambers and burning Tianshui incense? I never knew how capable you are. From the harem to the court, you make things happen as easily as turning your hand. You truly are remarkable. I deserve to be put to death for acting on my own, but it was due to loyalty and concern for Your Majesty that I made this mistake out of goodwill. Please have mercy, Your Majesty. You did not do that out of goodwill. You were secretly placing a bet and hoping to win big. You thought that since you have served me diligently night and day, you knew my every thought. You rush to bring forth whatever you deem I desire if I even so much as cast a glance at it. How perceptive and attentive you are. This humble servant has shown his dedication and loyalty every day. It was only out of fear that my service has fallen short that I tried to anticipate your Majesty's needs. It was never my intention to presumptuously guess your thoughts. I seek your understanding, your Majesty. I have warned you once to not be presumptuous. Now I will give you another warning. Do not take advantage of him. I swear. I will never dare do it again, even if I were beaten to death. People within and without the palace all talk about how generously Emperor Jinglong treats me, but the kindness I have received is nothing compared to his favor towards Su Qinghe. Stand continue. Were you the one that had someone escort him out of the palace that day? Where did you send him? I was worried he would feel uncomfortable since he was drunk, so I informed them to escort him here, to the southern study. I thought it would have been a convenient place to summon the imperial physician, if necessary. But unexpectedly, an embroidered uniform guard stopped the palanquin he was in. He claimed Master Su was to be sent out of the palace on your Majesty's orders, and the servants dared not stop him. An embroidered uniform guard? Which one of them is so bold as to fake an order from me? I can't stay in my home before I leave the capital. The Emperor may be demoting me, but it would not be difficult for people with discerning eyes to realize he actually just wants me to lie low outside of the capital. If the Wei clan decides to attack, I'll be powerless to fight back. I should hide in my friend's house for 2 days. Come, sit. You're distracted. What's on your mind?